think we are live. Yep, we are live. What's good, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great Saturday morning. Back with some more 9 persons, 9 hours, and 9 doors. And once again, I literally just woke up. So I'm not like at 100 yet, but regardless, here we go. Eating grits. Actually, hold on. Alrighty. Needed some more light. Yeah, I was trying to stream yesterday, but then Netflix. We watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I had a nightmare, bro. I legit had a nightmare. Alright. Okay. So we all got back to Ace and we summed up basically everything we've done. Also, thank you, Albo, for following. Hope you're having a great day today. Very much appreciated, bro. Thank you. Alright. At any rate. What the heck? Alright. A voice mod popped up. At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I'm sure you'll be back for me. I did hope you would come back, but I confess I didn't think you'd be back so soon. Well, we saw each other again, and we ain't dead. So I say that's good enough. Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need. Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here. On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June, who nodded back. It had to be the Jupiter symbol. I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright? Yeah, got it. And this is the key that we found in the laboratory. Yep. And the Saturn key card in the kitchen. We found a key card. I completely forgot. The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long straight hallway, right? Jesus. I'm still trying to get out of my morning voice. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then next to the stairs. Wait. What about door 3? You saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just leads us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door. At least there is for me. There are tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could, just the same. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of the door. Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about it again. So 7, you'll help me, won't you? Four plus, yeah. Yep, that's 3. Yeah. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be. Okay, we're heading out. Be careful. Well, didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus. Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door. Ah, the truth comes out. Well, okay, let's go. The door opened, and Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through it. Alright, we should get moving. What? Get moving? Where are we going? Well, it'd be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain. Uh-oh. I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key. Yes, if we're lucky, we might find Snake. They were at the end of the hallway lined by individual hospital rooms. The Jupiter symbol was engraved on the keyhole. Alright, Junpei, open it if you please. On it. Alright, ready guys? Alright. Let's do it. Wait, is this where we were before? Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom. Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea? Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here. Bro, I don't know. I'm literally just following the map. Wait a minute. Which planet? What number is Saturn from the sun? Like furthest? I'm pretty sure we're third. Earth is 3. Then this is why you pay attention in school, kids. Wait, this is wrong. Yeah, I was about to say this is wrong. Yeah, Mercury, Venus, Earth. Okay, that was my assumption. It's 6. Saturn is the 6th planet away from the sun. Alright, don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there is a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with a Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. Well, you said we split into 2 teams. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sus energy. Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search the Saturn. Alright. God, why am I yawning so much? Alright, alright. Swipe. Great. Looks like it's working now. Alright, now how do I call the elevator? There was a single button to the right of the elevator door. On the button was an upside down triangle, the universal symbol for down. Is it really universal? I mean, I would have drawn the same thing and said, "This means down." Junpei pushed it. He didn't have much of a choice. What if we get trapped in the elevator? June's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety. A tinge of anxiety. Sweet, it opened. Let's get going. Whoa, wait. Wait. I'm not really, I just, oh gosh. Bro, what is wrong with her? Junpei was at something of a loss. What could she possibly be so frightened of? Being locked. They could only go down. Why do they want me to say this? I'm not gonna tolerate your fan service. She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened. Take a look inside. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry. She looked around the elevator slightly embarrassed. Watch this. Junpei put one foot in the elevator and bent around the corner of the door until he could see the floor buttons. There were only two, E and C. He pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. The door slid shut. They heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. A few moments later, they heard the sound of the elevator door grinding open several floors below. Junpei nodded to June and pressed the elevator button again. A few moments later, the elevator returned. The door slid open, and just as Junpei had expected, there was no water to be found. See? Junpei couldn't resist puffing out his chest just a little bit. June, however, still looked confused. What does that mean? How can the E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water? Here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you. Where did you get the pin from? I see, so this is why the ship hasn't sunk. Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, alright? But come on, just do it, alright? Oh no, we're about to die. It was nice knowing you, Junpei. I'm coming with you. Oh Lord, here we go. Wait, what is this? Is this where the kitchen at? They stepped off onto the floor outside the elevator. Nothing seemed especially unusual. No fish going about their fishy business or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish, or at least something that looked very much like one. June's cheeks were puffed out, and her mouth a tiny, intense frown. Oh, knock it off! It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around. There's no water here. Ah, exhaled. You're right. It's not flooded at all. What was gonna happen if the ceiling breaks? We're gonna die. Don't be so casual about something like that. At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. The first thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating the left elevator from the right one. Well, we can't go over there. In the corner of that room that housed the elevators, Junpei found an opening. He walked up to it and stuck his head around the corner. 6. A long straight hallway stretched out in front of him. That door at the end of the hallway, there's something written on it. Yeah, let's go have a look. Junpei and June set off down the hallway at a brisk clip, somewhere between a run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in the front of the door. On it was a number written in bright red paint. 6. I knew it, this is a numbered door. And indeed, there was a red bolted to the wall. Okay, yep. Who can open this door then? 5 plus 6, 11. That wouldn't work. No, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say me, June, Santa and Snake, but we don't know where Snake is. On their way back, Junpei noticed a map on the wall. As it turned out, it was a burnt map of the ship's interior for E-Deck. Huh? So you guys found door 1? Apparently there was another numbered door on A-Deck, just like the one on E-Deck, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door. All told, they had discovered 2 new doors, the 6th door and the 1 door. It is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded. Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in thought. Well, we don't really know if all of E-Deck is safe. We only checked the area around the elevator. Even so, it's still very interesting. You said the 6th door was there, right? Yes. That means Zero planned all of this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost. It would have been a ton, that's for sure. Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash. That thought made them all go quiet for a moment. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing. I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here. Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already. Well, Junpei, and I should be able to open door 1. Huh? You guys leaving me behind? Just kidding. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I don't think she was kidding, bro. She is not kidding. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room. Hey! Where the hell did you guys go? It was 7. Ace was right behind him, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back. It looked as though there was something strange about them. 7 had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out. For a long moment, they simply stood there, looking at one another. What happened? What the hell kind of question is that? 7 was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him. His shoulders were trembling and his voice was strained. Snake is. 7 couldn't finish. He just looked away, his face twisted by Junpei wasn't sure what. Instead, Ace spoke. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and spoke. Snake is dead. Processing. He died, just as the 9th man did. I know Clover is broken right now. It was as if all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heartbeat quicken, and he realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel cold sweat beating on his forehead and neck. June, Santa, and Lotus looked the way he felt. All 3 were frozen in place, their faces white. Oh my god, that's not true, is it? Where's his body? We should make sure. Yeah, right, we should. They nodded to one another and headed for the number 3 door. Wait, not that way. They stopped short and turned to look at Seven. He was pointing at the door with no number. I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way. It's not locked, so you can go in that way. Where is he? The shower room on the left side of the hallway. I put a broom in there too to keep the door open. Why? We can get in without going through the number door, right? Yeah, that's right. Their new destination clear. Junpei and his companions headed for the door. Why? How did he die? I gotta see a body, bro. I don't believe. Ah, it smells horrible. Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pinched his nose shut. Yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke. It was just as bad as they said, perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour and smelled of fish, feces, and burnt meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat, to pound against the entrance of his stomach. Oh my god. They didn't have to wonder where the body was. There was blood everywhere, a few arms of splatter reaching toward them as they walked in through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to their source. The body itself was hidden behind the divider. June, you should stay here. But please just do me a favor, okay? Alright? He didn't give her a chance to say no. He put his hand on her shoulder as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole turned and walked toward the end of the divider. It felt like an eternity for him to get there. Eventually they reached the divider. For a moment he forgot to breathe. He felt his heart collapse in his chest like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew in that instant that he would take the image before him to the grave. Golly. What was left of the body sat in the sea of blood. Oh my god. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great Red Sea. A vast ragged hole had been torn in the torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out like fresh spaghetti. Right, why they have to be so detailed about this? Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck and calm down and read and become stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried it out. Just like Ace said, Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own. Just like the Ninth Man, the Dan there in his... Okay, wait, this doesn't make sense. Because if he opened the door, he knows he can't be the only one to walk through a door. We all know this. Because if you travel by yourself, the detonator is gonna go off and you're gonna die. Why did he go alone? That's the real question. It looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his... Golly, bro. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display. Bro, I'm just trying to get through this text, bro. I'm not sure how specific I can be on Twitch, but your boy got blown up. No mistake about that. It's Snake. Lola's voice was unnaturally deep and strained, and Junpei heard it catch in her throat. Wow, Snake is dead, bro. Clover is devastated. Did Clover see the body? The squeal of torture metal made Junpei's teeth curl. I really hope Clover did not see the body, bro. I hope she didn't. Oh my god. It didn't help there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. Oh my. Clover is going through it right now. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces. Snake was probably murdered. I don't know, bro. Snake is smart. He wouldn't travel alone. Snake would not travel alone. Of all people, not Snake. There are 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each one of them in turn and continued. It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. Okay, pause on this. No, let me actually save this. Seven is being sus right now. Because notice how everybody else is being quiet, but he's the only one who's like, it's pretty straightforward. Someone murdered Snake. A group of people pushed him through the wall. This isn't Among Us, dude. We're really about to kill each other, like, over accusations. This is not Among Us. I'm listening to what he has to say, though. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Okay, you know what? I don't have any spare paper, but I was gonna write down like the possible people. Then they shoved them into it alone and waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was over for Snake, but he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonators only activated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. And then 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer. Exactly, that means we're looking at multiple perps here. Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed? When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Wait. Snake, Lotus. Lotus said she was the first person to get back after Snake. And they went through which door? The third door? I don't even... I'm not trying to play detective right now. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone. And that means none of us have an alibi. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts. Yeah, that means anybody could be the killer. Well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? How can you say one of us is a killer so casually? Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers. Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants you to know. What, Zero wants? Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and a loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory. Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other? That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations. Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake? Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well? Junpei hadn't really considered that. If Zero had killed Snake, then Zero was on the ship with them. Was Zero still on the ship with them? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, cause I don't see a reason as to why Zero would be on the ship. I don't know. He wasn't sure. Hey, I'm just wondering about one thing. And what's that? How can you be so sure that Zero's on this ship? Really, Junpei? I confess, I'm a little disappointed. Usually you're rather sharp. Isn't it obvious? Obvious? How so? This ship. Huh? Zero said this ship several times when he addressed us. I am Zero, the captain of this ship. You know what? You're right, he did say that a lot. The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship has begun to sink. If he weren't here, he wouldn't say this ship, would he? He'd be saying something like that ship or the ship. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Ace's explanation made perfect sense. Junpei felt a little foolish that he hadn't seen it himself. Still, he was left with a question, and it was one of no small importance. If Zero's on the ship, where is he? Suddenly everyone went quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning noise. Pause. And moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone. I think Zero is one of us. I doubt it. Every human body in the room froze, and the only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. Zero is not one of us. Clover, you're mourning right now. Yeah, that's crazy. Zero was here with us. He'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive. Clover looked up at Junpei and her face fell. I'm just saying, that's a strong accusation. That's a strong accusation. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm just saying it's kind of a bizarre thinking. Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei's met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong. Perhaps the way he said it had been. I'm not gonna lie, Junpei is a little insensitive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough, but she'd also seen the blast. She did see it. Dang. Poor Clover, bruh. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he said. Perhaps he thought I should apologize, but before that apology could begin. Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us. Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and friendly. But you have to understand, the more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing? Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time her eyes were on Junpei. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were cooler. They were the color. I really just said cooler. Oh. They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence, oh my god. We have 4 hours left now. Three in the morning. Wait, oh, we have 3 hours left? That's even worse. Then we need to move now. 7, Clover. I know how you feel, but you do understand that, right? You do understand that right now, it's important we trust one another. I feel like 7 about to do some dumb stuff. We must go. We have very little time left. It sat, bolted to the wall near the stairs. Actually, hold on. Let me stretch. Oh my goodness. This game is crazy. Alright, let me... I don't even know if Streamlabs is just being stupid or being stupid, bro. I've been in red the whole time. Alright. The Mercury card reader. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury key card. I found it when we were checking the shower room. Wait. Hold on, when? When? When did he give this to us? Pause on all of that. When was that? Was that before he did he give us the card before he found the body? Is 7 the imposter? Whoa. Wait, I think he gave us the card before. So he already knew Snake was dead. Junpei slid the card reader through, yeah. Hold on, let's talk about it. Am I the only one that... Am I tripping? As before, Junpei sent the elevator ahead, yep. Okay. I really hope I'm not tripping, bro. Because I'm pretty sure he gave us the card before we found out Snake was dead. Snake was missing long before that. Two. This is a numbered door. There were two numbered doors on B deck near the central staircase. There are 4 and 5, 3, 7, 8, and then we found 1 and 6 downstairs in E deck. Alright, yep. And now door 2 stood in front of Junpei. There was only one thing it meant. Do you think the next door we find? Yeah, I think so. The next one's gonna be door 9. Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well. He did his best to put it from his mind and headed back to C deck with June. Alright, let's open these up. The pieces of paper they folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. There were 7 of them, all told. They were written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook, and each one bore a code name in the door. Why had they decided to vote that way? They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. That would allow people to force others to go through certain doors. Well, that wasn't the only reason. Junpei had proposed the voting system, and he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper. Ace request, door 1. No, we don't have time for that, sorry. Let's keep going. He opened the second one. Next is Santa. He wants door 6. Yeah, that's what I wrote. Clover wants door 1, Lotus wants door 2, and 7 also wants door 2. Huh? Wait a minute. There's no way I'm going anywhere with that elephant, man. No. There'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that. But just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma. Oh my god. I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes. Barely. Barely. Got him. Last I checked, that's not a crime. Maybe. But what about some common decency? Got him. Oh, I need my soundboard. I need my soundboard, bro. Got him. Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like half a naked raisin. Bruh, they are getting on her. Dang. She's scrapping. Lotus' hair flared out like the mane of an angry lion. Junpei, read the rest. Right. June wants door 6. I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it. All of the papers saved, Junpei's had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. People who requested door 1, Ace and Clover. This was the door on A deck near the central staircase. People who requested door 2, 7 plus Lotus. This was the door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship. People who requested door 6, Santa and June. This was the door on E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase. It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke. Okay, last one, mine. I want to go through door 1, door 2, door 6. Okay, so door 1 is with Clover and Ace. Door 2 is with Seven and Lotus. 6 is with Santa and June. Bruh, I don't want to be separated from June though. You know what? Honestly, I might hang out with Ace and Clover. Because Ace is like the chillest dude. And Clover, she needs like... Clover just needs some friends right now. My choice is door 1. Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers. Wow. We a snake now? He prepared 3 pieces of paper for doors 1, 2, and 3, and put the paper with door 6 on it into the pot. He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one was his. He put the paper that said door 1 in his left hand and the paper that read door 2 in his right. When the drawing began, he saw to it that he drew last. The rest was easy. If he wanted to go into door 1, he'd use his left hand, and his right hand if he wanted door 2. Of course, if he wanted door 6, that would be simple. All he needed to do was switch nothing and say 6 had been what he wanted all along. Well, what does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. Humph, you got lucky. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated. Very well, we've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself. Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams. June and I wanted door 6. Lotus and I want door 2. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6. Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June? What? What is he talking about? That pig. You just wait and see. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself. Please don't kill June. Till we find that 9. Oh, crap. You know what I'm just realizing, bro? Just like that, I forgot. 7 is a possible killer, bro. 7 is a... 7 is a top suspect. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door 9. That's how the non-nary game works. Why does he always say that? He'll always say that at the end of his sentence. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck. They took out the Earth key and opened the door to the left. It opened and they walked through. It was just as Santa and Lotus had said. At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it. To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red. Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel. Yep, let's go. Are you ready? Shall I pull it? Let's go. The door opened. They stumbled into the room. Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on a device that would determine whether they lived or died. There it is, over there. Next to the door they come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. There we go. No cap, I want to play this game. Like, you know, not when your life is on the line, but like this would be a cool party game. All right. Let me save again. And hopefully this puzzle doesn't kill me. So this is the wheelhouse. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare and then spoke. Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door. Very well. Clover, you're in charge of this room. Oh, Junpei, chill, bro. Okay, she's just a child, dude. Her brother is dead. Why are you yelling at her? All right. Oh my god. I like, it looks kind of like a wilted flower. Yeah, like, yeah, she going through a lot. Don't be yelling at Clover. Stack of, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Okay. This a world map? I think this is a noctical optical chart. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take. Those are probably ports, like for our boats to stop at. It looks like the lines connect the dots. Okay. There are dots on this map. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There are a number of red pins in the several locations. What do these red pins mean? Maybe one of them matches up. What do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. So we got 7 locations connected by straight lines, and each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed. New material. Okay. Map screen? No, that's not it. Okay, I'm tripping. There we go. Shows the directions of southwest, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight. There is a word next to each point of the map. Full, half slow, full, half dead, stop. That's what it says. Okay. Do I need to like connect these or something? Alright, I've got the... I don't think I need to spend any more. Gotcha. What's up here? Books. Ship log. Okay. Let's look at that. Ship log. A ship log found in the chart room. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to the east for a time, and are now heading due north. Soon we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. Okay. It's a wooden box, maybe. Hey Clover, you ever write letters? Oh my gosh. Pocket watch. Junpei, why are you trying to have small talk with Clover, bro? Like, let her just process things, you know? A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei. Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it? He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Hey man, what are you doing over in this room? Oh, I just thought I'd come to check up on the two of you. Is there a problem? What is wrong with Junpei, bro? It's no problem at all, dude. Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face. Oh, I see. Of course. He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover. I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left. For no reason he could fathom, Junpei's head began to hurt. How much time passed? He wasn't sure, but he did nothing. He didn't notice Oh my goodness, my reading. But he did. But he didn't notice when Ace strode through the door. His smile was more of a smirk, and he had the air of a man who knew more than his opponent. Ah, yes, there was something I wanted to check if you don't mind. Pardon me. His hand into pockets of Junpei's vest. Hey! What the heck are you doing? He reached for Ace's arm. But it was already too late. In the older man's hand were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket. Just as I thought. You switched them, didn't you? When we voted. Well, I can't say that I care. I managed to get through the number door I wanted, despite your mischief. Why did you? Oh, simply curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it. I'm not even mad at Ace for that. I'm telling y'all, Ace is a cool dude, bro. Ace is just a cool dude. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense. I mean, it's better for Ace to find out than Santa. Okay, chair. Yes, she's thinking about Snake. Idiot. Junpei, you be acting smart sometimes, and then other times you just be tripping. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. Okay. There's another room on the other side of the window. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see? The glass cover has been smashed to pieces. The helm. Well, steering wheel might be more of an appropriate term. What is this? A lock. Oh, the pocket watch goes here. Alright, what is good, stream? So the stream cut off earlier, and now I'm deciding to record the last section of it, because Streamlabs is being stupid. So we're trying to solve this puzzle. We're at the steering wheel, and I don't know what to do. And let's see. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south. We headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to east for a time. Do y'all want me to write this down? Cause I don't know where my pencil is. Actually, wait, hold on. One moment. So maybe I need the directions first. South, west, then southwest, northwest, east, and then north. How am I getting errors through recording, bro? I'm getting errors even as I'm recording, which is just sad, bro. I really don't know. Alright, so let's look at this. So maybe we have to turn the steering wheel in this order. South. Alright, so let's do it. South. Does it matter which way? I don't really know. South. South. West. Southwest. Northwest. East. North. Oh, it worked. The handle came off. Okay, hold on. Alrighty, I'm back. Alright, we have a handle. What are we gonna do with this? It looks like a wooden sword. Among other things, it looks like. So, I sure hope this handle thing fits. Excellent. That should allow us to operate the engine order telegraph. Let's give it a shot. What? Oh, okay, we need the... Alright, now we need the speed thingy. Where is it? I mean, not items, file. Check the file. Stop is where it comes to an end, so... Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. I think that's how it goes. Alright, so let's try it. I should probably put down like the stream cut off. I'm sorry. Sorry, the stream cut off. So full. Okay, full, slow, full. Wait, I did that wrong. Ah. It's full, half, slow. Full. Half, slow, full, half. What the heck did I write? Dead? Dead? Wait, dead slow? Or what does this say? Ahead, okay. Dead. Stop. Alright, yeah, there we go. There we go. That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. Look, something's happening on the back of the wall of the wheelhouse. The back of the wall. Wait, what is this? They're names of ports across the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing XX, carrier XX, flight XX, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I get it. It does look like those are the names of all the ports along the ship's route. It looks like only one of those has a time on it though. The time on the last line, right? 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Perhaps that's their arrival time. But why are you showing... Is that what we need to change the... This to? 3? Can we... I can only move the hands manually. The knob doesn't work. How do I move the hands manually? And can I go back over here? I know I'm supposed to put the pocket watch in this hole, but how do I change the helmet won't move. Nothing in the drawers. How do I... Can we talk to Clover? Clover, you have any... That's a pocket watch. She sure hasn't been saying much, and she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kind of sad. Okay. Alright. Okay. Nothing in here. How do we fix this? How do I change the pocket watch manually? How do I fix this? How? How? I know that I'm supposed to... Oh my... How do I change it manually? Yo, Ace, help me out here, dude. Okay. I feel like this is a valid exception to look this up because it's literally not telling me how to change it manually. Okay, where is... They're not telling me what to do. The pocket watch. How do I fix the pocket watch? Okay, did that. Take the handle, use it for the telegraph. Use the pocket watch on the wall display that has the fuzzy. Ace will adjust the watch. The fuzzy. On the what? The fuzzy here? It should have just told. It should have just told me to give it the ace. It should have just told me to give it to ace. Instead of saying, you can change it manually. Alright, the door is open. Now let me know, is this a W or an L? Because I did look it up, but they didn't tell me I had to give it to ace, so is that the game's fault? Hey. The space they found themselves in outside of the wheelhouse was far too narrow to be called a hallway. On their left was a wooden door. Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond. Let me go ahead and save this. Yep. Alright, 5 more minutes and then I'll end it. It's about to be 2 hours. It was full of all manner of turn of the century electronic equipment. Most of them were things they'd never seen before. They had no idea what might have been for, let alone how to operate them. One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it. Yes, that's a telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago. He turned and slowly took in the room. This must be the communication office. Across the room, the door they'd entered through was another door. A metal plate was nailed to it. It read, Captain's Quarter. The captain's quarters. That's what it says. Then do you think I am Zero, the captain of this ship? Only Clover seemed unaffected. Well, we won't know until if we don't open it. Oh, it opened easily and without so much as a pause. She walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw. That guy's dead. Was a man on the floor covered in blood. Actually, wait. This might be a good place to stop. This might be a good place to stop. We'll have to see what happens next time. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to subscribe to the second channel, because that's how I upload these episodes. And follow me on Twitch so you don't miss out on stream. Yes.